Hey guys, JV here again with another little video on whether you should get the Apple iWatch 4 or not. For me, I think this is a game changer. Let's have a look. Okay, first of all, for myself, I've never been a big watch person. I've got by with life without a watch. I've tried the Series 1 to the Series 2 and 3. The Series 1 is the one I use the most. And for me, I was happy to continue my everyday life without actually using it. It was a bit of an inconvenience to actually charge another item. But the thing is that I found that there was really no benefit. And there's a few things that I found that made it a bit tedious to use. I've been using this iWatch 4 now for about a week, and I have to say I am actually happy, and I can see myself using for the first time an iWatch for many years to come. A lot of people were worried about the bigger size of the actual the iWatch itself, where they're worried that it might be too big for your arm, a bit bulky and stuff like that. Look, it is bigger. It does come out in two sizes. The two sizes are 40 and 44 mil. The actual bezel is a lot smaller, but I found that when I say bezel, a frame, I found that, it has maximized the space. So with that, yes, you do have a bigger watch on your arm, but you don't notice it at all. It is not annoying at all. It is still very slimline, very seamless in the way Apple are good at actually designing stuff. So I'm very, very comfortable with that. iWatch for the first time usable. And when I say usable, it will be something that you can easily punch in numbers without, pressing other numbers, even if you've got fat fingers or not. So you can actually read messages, look at pictures, even stuff like when you do Siri and it recommends a photo. It's amazing where for the first time it is somewhat readable and usable. And that was the biggest flaw from the first generation iWatch that I ever used. So I think that's a big step for Apple, and it will make a lot more users happier because they're going to actually use the product more, and that's what it's about. You've got that sensor on the back. It still looks, very similar. It's a bit more stylish. The sensor on the back is ceramic, very stylish looking. It's a bit of a change. Once again, we don't look at it that much, so it's not that important. The mic and the speaker, this is a big thing for me as well. The mic and the speaker have been separated. Functionality purposes, it makes sense not to put the speaker and mic together. Now, not only that, the actual speaker is bigger, therefore louder, and it does sound great. It is really, really good in the sense that if I'm in a noisy car, even if I'm out in public, I can answer calls and I can use the actual microphone and hear the speaker. So that is a really big advantage that was lacking in the previous versions. The good thing is that if you do have a favorite watch strap as well, you'll be able to move that over from your previous version of your iWatch and use it on the new iWatch, which is great. Another thing is that you are using the watch with the faster processor. It's running on watchOS 5. And compared to the previous generations, I find that for the first time, once again, it is very fluid. There is no glitching at all. Siri is very, very responsive. And I think, it is hands down a lot more fluid than, say, the previous versions. Not only that, Apple has designed a few watch faces, to actually suit the new bezel and size, makes it more functionable. And they've done very well with the actual designs. Bit frustrated once again that you just can't go and get developers to design their own watch faces, which is very strange. But once again, they have still pumped out a lot of those watch faces, and the one that they're advertising the most on the ads is probably the best, I find, because it does have these four corners that you can use and customize yourself. So have a look at that. You've got the other functions like, the actual water resistance. Water resistance is great with this version. They do recommend that, you try to keep it as dry as possible, but it can withstand, say, stuff like showers, but not, putting stuff like shampoo and soaps on it. They also do recommend that you can take it into light and shallow water. I took it into the shower, but I just wanted to test the new function where I didn't see this in previous generations, but there was and I'm sure it was in there, but there was also a function where you can actually eject the water. So you turn the crown and it ejects water. I didn't see any water eject out, that's what I was trying it for. I thought that'd be cool to see, but no, it didn't happen. One other thing is that, you know, it is a very versatile phone. So for people that are on the run, say doing sport, they need to hit the showers, you know, that waterproofing makes it a lot better. When it comes to devices nowadays, we want to be done with using the devices. We want to actually make sure that those devices just operate in the most efficient way for us. Which brings me on to another thing. The battery life is great. For me, it lasts about 2 or 3 days. Don't get me wrong. If it was to shorten on that, it would mean that I'm using it more. And if I'm using it more, it means it's probably very useful for me. So I see that, you know, the battery life is excellent. But remember that if you're a heavy user and you will be using it a lot, obviously the battery life will be a bit shorter. Another thing is that, you know, with the iWatch, I love the fact that now it's for the younger to the elderly generation. And what I mean by that is that, you know, the younger people to the middle age can be using it for fitness, for work, for notifications, whatever they want to use it for. To now they've got these 2 features, which has fall detection and an EKG feature. So Apple has got this fall detection that's activated. So say if someone that's elderly does have a fall, it will send out an emergency call. And I think that's a great thing, as I will be buying one of these for an elderly member of my family, because, you know, at the end of the day, we do want to know if anything does happen when they're not around their family. The other thing is the EKG, and I think this is a big game changer where silently Apple will actually save lives. And it sounds very, very crazy to say that a watch will save lives, where it'll monitor your actual heart rhythm, and it can pick up if you've got AFib and stuff like that. So I'm not too familiar on the actual technical terms, but can actually export it and take it to your local doctor or specialist, where they can actually analyze this data and see if there are any issues. And I think that'll help a lot of people. So look, all in all, this, as I said, is the first Apple iWatch that I will say honestly that I can keep. And when I say can keep, I mean that I am happy to use it every day. It is not annoying. There was a few things always with the actual previous models where, you know, it could have been a bit glitchy here, a bit slow there. Especially the first generation, whenever I used to punch numbers and stuff like that, it just would always double tap other numbers. And the actual answering of calls using Siri and the speaker itself is amazing. So you add all these small things up and you've got a really good device that is something that is very functional. Now, once again, I'm going to say this again, Apple disappointed me with limiting people to edit the watch faces, and I'd love to know why that is. They always have good reasons on why they don't do certain things, so I'm guessing it could be copyright or something like security, which is probably obviously the most important thing when it comes to the devices, but it is a bit disappointing. I would have liked to see stuff like, you know, it can monitor your sleep patterns and stuff like that. Apple have really done well. I can see myself not needing to upgrade after this. So this might actually go against Apple's business model, where people are going to be happy with this product, and the next generation they'll feel no need to upgrade, which I feel will be definitely the case, and it won't be good for their sales, but hey, that's what you get for making a good product. So well done to Apple. And don't forget, guys, please like, please subscribe, as I took time to make this video for you, and I want to make as many more as I can. So thank you very much.